But you are about to wake up as of the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Cancer. You are about to wake up like never before. What you can expect at the beginning of this week, it's an unexpected ending and a rather surprising change indeed. This in itself is going to contribute towards you feeling this sudden shift, which is most certainly going to reflect on your energy. It's bringing a clarity into your life, and how this sudden shift is going to happen, how this surprising change is going to happen. Well, let me tell you, my gorgeous Cancerini, and I'm going to be crystal clear. At the beginning of this week, you are going to have an information and message which is going to really surprise you. It's to do with some kind of success. It's to do with a recognition. It's to do with like a really important achievement, but also a rather private achievement, because something is gonna be felt here on a really personal level. And you know why? Because it's to do with something that you've had a bit of a difficulties with in terms of you, like maybe having enough success out of something where you've put so much of your precious energy towards. You need to understand, my gorgeous Cancerini, that this is specifically to do with, on one hand, something that, it's like an integral part of your journey when it comes to you, like very much so passionately working on something. But then on another hand, it's also to do with something that was a little bit slowed down in the process. This is gonna be a remarkable moment that you are going to have, my gorgeous Cancerini, indeed. So you can expect a good news, a fantastic information, and it's all about some kind of a success which is gonna make you feel so good. Remember, it's to do with recognition. Remember, it's to do with a big achievement. Remember, it's to do with a lovely and rather delicious victory at the same time, because you have been struggling just for a while with this. So this is why this is going to be surprising change, because it's also to do specifically with an aspect of your life that you did not think that this is going to happen right now, let alone what a success into your life this is actually going to bring. This is absolutely brilliant. You know why? It's not only about recognition. It's not only about success. It's not only about your own victory. You know what is this all going to boil down to, my gorgeous Cancerini? It's all boiling down towards you needing to understand that now you have to be ready, for the opportunity you worked for. Now you have to be ready for the opportunity that you've actually worked for so long, so hard, because this now, it's really going to, why you're going to feel so excited, because you are primarily going to be able to take action on your ideas. This is going to bring such a powerful energy into your life. This is going to make you feel so creative. It's going to make you feel so fierce. It's gonna bring a confidence and strength into your life. And also, you are gonna feel really proud of yourself, because at the same time, somebody really specific, it's going to be on your mind. A specific person. Maybe that particular person did not believe in you enough. Maybe that particular person did not believe in what you were doing. Maybe that particular person did not believe in your dream. And I'm not saying this in a malicious way or whatsoever, but someone is instantly going to be on your mind. And this doesn't need to be a bad thing whatsoever. I mean, that person doesn't need to be a bad person, but it's just like really kind of things are going to feel even better, because you're instantly going to feel like how you will be able to prove your point to somebody. I repeat, this doesn't need to be a horrible or nasty or dark person whatsoever. whatsoever. Do you see what I mean? It's just still going to mean to you so much that you are still going to be able to prove your point. And this is brilliant. And when it comes to you, like kind of how you're going to feel, you're not going to feel in a malicious way or whatsoever, but you're just going to want to let that person know almost immediately, like, oh my God, I'm going to let him or her know, oh my God, I'm so excited, he or she, they're not going to believe it, blah blah blah, and things like that. But at that moment in time, when you tell them something, when you tell them this, they are gonna kind of really surprise you the way they're gonna respond. And they're also going to tell you that they've discovered something lately themselves. What they discovered, it's really going to surprise you, but it's also like kind of gonna give you food for thoughts. And now when you're thinking about some kind of idea, now when you're thinking like about taking action on your ideas, now when you need to be ready for the opportunity that you worked for, what that person has discovered, it's ever so important. It is ever so important. It's not about you changing your mind, but it's about you seeing and realizing there is a bigger picture to all this, and that in itself is going to make you realize the certain elements that are missing that you are going to need to start thinking about, because it's all a part of the preparation. It's all part of this progress that you're going to find yourself at. My gorgeous Cancerini, you have no idea where this opportunity, it's going to actually take you. Just remember that you are literally, it's not only about this success, but it's about you now being ready for the opportunity that you've been waiting for. This in itself, it's about to change your life, because after all that, it's just remarkable. After all this that I've actually mentioned so far, my gorgeous Cancerini, you are really going to find yourself on a little crossroads as well. The reason why you're going to naturally find yourself on a little crossroads, and you have to be honest with yourself 1,000,000% here, because otherwise you yourself are only going to work against yourself basically. So the reason why you're going to find yourself on a crossroads naturally is not that you forgot about this aspect of your life, but this is really going to surprise you. Just remember, this is going to surprise you. This is going to shake your world. This is going to rock your boat, my gorgeous Cancerini. And this is why naturally you're going to find yourself on a little crossroads. I wouldn't say actually little, but it's just so many things that you have been kind of thinking about lately and working on lately and focusing on your life lately. So many things are going to come to the surface now, and you're gonna realize how important this is to you, in compared to everything else. So this is why you're gonna find yourself on a little crossroads. When you find yourself on a little crossroads, for the love of God, my gorgeous Cancerini, the answer to this crossroads is this particular opportunity, that you've been actually working for. This is something that you need to consider. This is something that is going to bring stability into your life. This is something that is going to bring so much beauty into your life. This is something that is going to start like one of the most sacred stages in your life. This is something which is also going to make you to walk through the door, a very sacred door, which is also bringing so many people into your life. This in itself, it's a pretty much a life-changing moment, and you need to understand when you find yourself on a certain crossroads, you have to understand that all this is happening now because it's meant to be happening right now. And when you find yourself on a crossroads, try to leave certain things on the side for just a little while, and try to focus on this particular opportunity that you are going to become aware of, that you have been waiting for so long. But I don't need to tell you this, because as soon as you become aware of all this, you're gonna instantly realize how much your energy is gonna change, how you're gonna elevate, my gorgeous Cancerini, how you're gonna feel. Your spirit is going to rise to the point where you're gonna understand that this is like almost like, oh my God, your life mission your life mission, you will fully understand that, this is something that makes you feel in a completely different way to everything else that you've been doing and you've been working on and you've been focusing within the last few months, for example. This is your sign that pretty much so, this is the very sacred beginning here when it comes to a special unfoldment in your life, which is going to help you to spread your wings and fly, literally. I know it sounds crazy, but this is bringing you a fantastic moment of liberation. It's to do with you being a free spirit, but it's also to do with you aligning yourself and understanding and realizing that sometimes, the certain things that we so intensely working on and they mean to us so much, and sometimes we want success, but the success doesn't come when we want necessarily. Success in our life, and where we can go on the next stage as well, it's going to come completely unexpectedly, and there is a very special reason for it, because when we are too intensely focusing on something, we sometimes prevent things from happening, okay? And while we are focusing on other things, we like what you were doing within the last few months, you allow this energy to take over, and now it's your time, now it's your moment. This is gonna be such a powerful situation, my gorgeous Cancerini, where you're gonna reconnect with yourself like never before, and I think everything is going to be absolutely obvious. You will know what this means. You will know that this opportunity that you've been working for really hardly, you've been working for this like very, very hard. You're already going to have this opportunity, which is going to come to you at around the midweek indeed. So it's going to come like about 2 or 3 days after you've actually became aware of this. This is absolutely brilliant. So do not be put off, like maybe if you think that something is going to take slightly longer. I think that almost like as if someone is going to try to mislead you of your own path, sadly, by maybe trying to be negative on purpose. And there is one specific person that I do not like here, somebody who is not that much connected to you, but is still kind of in your life. It's going to try to put you off from what you are doing right now, what you're planning to do, purely because of some kind of a selfish reasons. And I really hope that you are going to be able to recognize, and this person who is like kind of going to try to put you off from doing the right thing because of the selfish reasons, it's no one like in your life who is directly connected to you, but it's somebody who you kind of see every now and then, or it's somebody like to do with like work, business, or professional things in life and things like that. However, that particular little bastard has got some kind of a hidden agenda here, so you need to be really clever. They're being really selfish. They're trying to prevent you from doing something that you should be doing only because they're thinking about their own bum here. Do you know what I mean? So you need to be very, very careful, my gorgeous Cancerini. Indeed, this is very, very important. And also, I see just a beautiful, such a, this is all about your, you need to understand, okay, this is all about your expansion, my gorgeous Cancerini. This is all about your expansion of your ideas. This is all about your growth, this is all about, planning as well, at this stage of your life. And this is all gonna kind of like a lead towards you finding your inspiration in order to take an action, of course. But also when it comes to the beginning of this week, a really beautiful, gorgeous person, somebody who is, one of the major people in your life. But somebody who is one of the major people in your life, but somebody who is also like maybe has been away from you for a while. Maybe somebody who lives in a different place to you. Maybe somebody who lives in a different country to you, because this person you see only every now and then, only maybe once a week. You are actually going to first of all, you are going to get some kind of a present from that person, and that present, it's actually going to be very much so unusual present, very specific present, my gorgeous Cancerini, but it's going to be exactly what you want, exactly what you need. I know that this person loves you. I know that this person cares about you. I know that this person is thinking about you, because only somebody who genuinely loves you, would be able to buy a present like this. So it's to do with something really special specific, but it's also, I suppose, to do something rather personal as well, my gorgeous Cancerini, you know. So this person is gonna send you or give you some kind of a gift, but also at the same time you're also going to hear a really wonderful news when it comes to that person. Remember, this is somebody, and maybe it's like a certain family member or a really amazing friend who you haven't seen for a while, or you see every now and then, but that person is gonna give you a really good news about something that's happening in their life, and they're gonna also like kind of update you on something, and their update, they're gonna give you what they plan to do in their life. You're gonna feel so delighted, so excited, because you will know very soon you will spend more time with that particular person, and this is gonna mean to you so much, okay? And also at the same time you will hear that that particular person is coming to visit you, and once that particular person comes to visit you, whenever this happens, you are going to realize exactly what is kind of missing in your life. There is something that you're going to be inspired in the best possible way. You will want to do something, you will want to explore something, you will want to tap into something, you know, almost as if you're going to realize through that person that you are maybe missing out on life, you know, out in life, you know, and that it's purely to do a lot with that person's having like a really amazing lifestyle that you really, really like. And yes, this is gonna contribute towards your energy, and it's going to bring the best out in you, and then suddenly you're gonna realize how much you want to do and how much you want to try indeed. So this motivation is going to be absolutely wonderful, very special and very sacred, because it's to do with somebody who is like really beautiful in your life, my gorgeous Cancerini. And also, what else I was going to say, like, my God, so much is happening, this is mental. Sorry, it's just like Cancerini, I'm gonna like explode, baby. No, it's so much is happening, honestly, and it looks like people in your life are gonna play absolutely mind-blowing moment, you know, because at around the midweek, you know, I'm sorry, my gorgeous Cancerini, you're like a little fairy, bless your heart, you know. And what do I mean by that you're like a little fairy? I think that people really like you, and people really like the fact that you understand them in a different way. People like your deepness, and people find something so comforting about you. And I'm talking about those special people in your life, those people that means to you so much. I'm not talking about Mark, John, or Jane, who you've never met, for example, or you just know briefly. Do you know what I mean? Maybe they think like that, but I'm focusing on the real people in your life, people who are close to you. Because, you know, at around the midweek, there is somebody that is going to be so sad and negative. Somebody is going to be going through something very, very difficult. And they're not going to say this to you, my gorgeous Cancerini, but you will know that something is off. You will know that something is not right. And you're really going to get worried about one specific person, bless your heart. And then you're going to realize, then you're going to reach forward, and then you're going to realize what happened. And something really bad, dark, negative has happened to that particular person. And it's so dark, negative that they can't even talk about it just yet. So you always have to follow your intuition. It is not going to lead you astray, especially when it comes to you talking to people in your life, you connecting and reconnecting with those people in your life, following that vibration and energy, and see where it's going to take you, because you will know that one particular person who's close to you, again, it's acting really weird, really strange, and then when you reach forward, you're going to hear what happened, and you're going to be like, oh my God, why didn't you tell me? But that you're going to realize that this person was going through so much pain that they couldn't say one word, let alone the whole thing. But then this is still going to mean to you, because you will know that you are the person number one in that person's life, for example, because that person is still going to tell you. So that person is going to need a bit of you, a bit of your energy, and do something for them, buy them something, get them something, like be around them for a little while, because they are going to need somebody to support them, emotionally. I don't mean to sound really horrible, but I suppose it's to do with like a certain cycle of life and coming to an end. Whatever comes to an end, there is always a new beginning, but that's all I can really say right now. And also, my gorgeous Cancerini, when it comes to the midweek, okay, so now it's like so much is going on. So let me just tell you that there is gonna be a very much so an opportunity already. Just remember, an opportunity, opportunity, opportunity. Now the midweek is bringing you in black and white, completely clear, baby, an opportunity, okay? And it's all going to be down to you after this moment in time. Remember how I started this reading with, and I'm really sorry and I really apologize if my readings are really confusing. I'm really sorry because there is so much to say. I don't even know how to say all this. Do you know what I mean? It's only a little weekly reading. But at the beginning of this week, I told you to be ready for the opportunity you worked for. You will know that success, that you will become aware of that accomplishment, you will know at that moment in time that this is going to bring an opportunity that you've been waiting for. Okay, by the time you get into the midweek, the really good thing is that you are going to get that opportunity. That opportunity is going to become obvious and you are going to be very, very happy, my gorgeous Cancerini. You're going to be very happy because you will know that, you know, the stage of your life that you were bored with, the stage of your life that was uncomfortable, the stage of your life that made you feel incomplete, the stage of your life that made you feel sad, the stage of your life that made you feel negative, the stage of your life that made you question things you should have never been questioning in the first place. All these bastard things are coming to an end, my gorgeous Cancerini. So this is gonna be like, oh my god, this is how good you're gonna feel. There is so much more to it. Like, oh my god, it's not only about an opportunity that you've been waiting for, but you're gonna realize where your strength is, you're gonna realize where your power is, and most importantly, you're gonna realize in general how strong, how unique, and how powerful you actually are. You will also realize the strength of like doing things in your own way, on your own terms. They're always the best, always the best. You will see what I mean, trust me. And also when it comes to the midweek, my gorgeous Cancerini, okay, there is gonna be a bit of like, oh god, something is gonna happen and it's gonna throw you out of balance. A bit of a tower we have here, a bit of a tower. Something is gonna happen and you're gonna realize that something has come to an end, okay? And you know what? You're not going to realize this immediately, but this is the perfect time for something to come to an end because it's going to work perfectly with that opportunity, but you're not going to realize that almost immediately. So when you realize that something came to an end, this is really going to surprise you and it's going to throw you out of balance a little bit. It's going to scare you almost instantly, like, oh my god, what I'm going to do now? But like, I'm not being funny. It's not going to even pass like 1 hour. Within 1 hour, you are going to be thankful to God. You're going to be grateful that this has come to an end. You're going to need about an hour to kind of align yourself. You're going to need about an hour to ground yourself. You're going to need about an hour to recenter yourself, okay? But by that moment in time, in 1 hour time, you're already, you know, there are going to be couple of news, couple of informations, couple of indications that you're going to have, and this is gonna remind you of things that you've been working on, and then you're gonna realize, you know what, I'm actually really pleased this has come to an end. I'm pleased, I'm really glad. So naturally and organically, this is actually going to work in your favor, because if this particular bastard didn't come to an end, then at the same time, you wouldn't be able to focus on other things. You know, sometimes we just get stuck with things that are making us feel unhappy, and we plod along for such a long time, and our life is going, and we are doing things for the sake of it, maybe sometimes, and this is why this is important. This is going to refresh you. It's going to rejuvenate you. Okay, so you're going to realize that this is actually been working in your favor. And now, on one hand, you will know that there is something that you're gonna, again, I'm sorry, need to sacrifice, but this is going to be a willing sacrifice. But you're also going to be able to see, you know, this now from a really positive angle, which is what I said in 1 hour. You're already gonna be like really happy about it, because now you're gonna realize that you are gonna need to make a really, really important and really brave move. And the brave move that you are going to make, it's also at the same time gonna like kind of be connected to you needing to understand that for a while you're gonna need to do what you don't want to do still, just for a little longer. And this is what I mean by a brave move. The brave move is that something, you will be aware of this, Cancerini, you will be aware of this, that you will be aware of this, that something has come to an end, but you're just gonna need to kind of like go a little bit longer until it like literally comes to an end. So this is what I consider to be a brave move, because you are gonna realize that you're gonna have to do something which is long gone, a bit of a hard work, and you're not interested in something anymore, but it's only for a little while and until it comes to an end, so you're gonna see something as a hard work, but this is an important part of this completion. I really hope this is not too confusing, but it's gonna worry you a little bit, because you will be surrounded by the people that are maybe not good for you, and when we realize that an aspect of our life has come to an end, naturally we become really, really bored. Our soul is not there anymore, our spirit is not there anymore, we don't enjoy ourselves, so therefore we are not focusing on what we are doing, what we should be focusing on. We are just kind of plodding along, and we are just kind of thinking about other things, instead of what we are working on. And this is a great sign and indication, and this is to do with something that has karmically come to an end, my gorgeous Cancerini, absolute ages ago, but you just need to kind of go a little bit longer, okay, just a little bit longer, and you are going to be absolutely fine. When it comes to the midweek also, on another note, when it comes to the midweek, you're also going to make a very intelligent choice when it comes to some kind of a wise investment. Just remember, at around the midweek, you're also going to make a rather intelligent choice when it comes to some kind of investment, okay? And this is going to be brilliant. And also, my gorgeous Cancerini, when it comes to the last part of this week, when it comes to the last part of this week, I absolutely love this so much, because it's a lot about, you having a really important message, about a sudden progress and movement, but also you're also gonna have like a really interesting realization what was making you unhappy on one hand, and what was preventing you to kind of have more for material again. When you get this message, you are gonna also realize, as I said, a very interesting realization. You will want to recover what is lost, and the part of you recovering what is lost in your life, it's gonna be consisting about you understanding that you need to put more efforts towards the specific goal, and then you're gonna be like, oh God, and then I can't do this, I can't do that, and then poof, bam bam bam, you're gonna wake up one day or 2 days after that, 1 or 2 days after that, you're gonna wake up in the morning, you're gonna feel completely different, you're gonna feel fresh, you're gonna feel pure, you're gonna feel amazing, you will see things crystal clear. Only 1 day before, you're gonna be so worried, because you're gonna be thinking about recovering what is lost, but you're also gonna realize that you need to put more effort towards something really specific here, towards the specific goal. But then something is gonna be putting you off, because you're gonna be really scared, and you're gonna be a little bit anxious and paranoid, because you're gonna think like, oh my God, that you're not prepared for this, that you haven't got what you need. You're gonna be scared. But sometimes, my gorgeous Cancerini, you need to understand, we do have to take a risk. We do. And I'm not saying that we should just do this all the time, but sometimes in this life we need to make a risk. We need to take a risk, because it's not always like it's not everything like obviously set in stone, if you know what I mean. Sometimes we have to follow our intuition and our psychic guidance that we have. This is all part of our intuition and psychic guidance, that it's like kind of pushing us towards something that we find risky. But then once we find ourselves on the other side, when we tap into things that we never knew existed, this is when things become so beautiful and so magical magical and so colorful, because it brings the whole new fresh energy into your life. And this couldn't be more important time for you as well. You need to understand that that particular energy is also healing you as well. So you're gonna wake up one day or two after that moment in time, my gorgeous Cancerini. You're gonna wake up. So first of all, you're gonna feel like, oh my God, I can't do. I don't think I can do this. And then 1 day or 2 days later, you're gonna wake up in the morning. You're gonna feel fresh. You're gonna feel different. You will not understand where this is coming from, but then you're gonna realize that there is something really specific on your mind. Suddenly, this is gonna turn things around for you, and you're gonna see the situation from a completely different light, and you're gonna realize that you've got everything you possibly need. You will realize this, and intuitively you are going to be guided to start this, like kind of to start this project. This in itself, you're gonna be reminded, you know, this in itself you couldn't start so far because it wasn't the right time. On one hand, you were dealing with some kind of a burden, a really big problem, a really big and difficult and heavy burden you've been dealing for the last 10 months. My gorgeous Cancerini, this is why you couldn't do this, because now this is getting resolved. And that burden that you've been dealing with for the last 10 months was just, you did not even understand how much of your energy this has taken, because you've been persistently worrying about something. And when you're worrying about something, that you are like kind of sometimes standing in your way, or your own way, when it comes to making a crucial step in life. So this is all to do with you kind of understanding that, you know, this burden that you've been dealing with, only now you're going to realize the extent it actually affected your life. And you will realize, oh my God, I couldn't do it because of that burden. I couldn't start this, I couldn't start that. So this is something that is literally going to set you free, my gorgeous Cancerini, here as well. And on top of all that, you are going to have a really beautiful sign, a gorgeous sign, a good omen at around the end of this week. And this good omen that you're going to have, it's going to happen at around the time when you see some kind of a bird. There is something going to be unusual about this bird, but nice. Or it's going to be some kind of a cat. Again, there is something going to be so unusual about that cat, but it's going to be nice. That cat or that bird is going to do something which is really going to get your attention. You really need to be as open-minded as you can, because at around that moment in time, you need to remind yourself what exactly were you thinking about that. You really need to focus. Like as soon as you see that bird or you see that cat, what was I just thinking now? And now I can assure you 1,000,000% that there is a problem in your mind, something that you need to accept and move on. Okay, this is your very, very powerful indication that there is something that you're going to need to accept and move on, because it's still holding you back. This is going to be very, very important, okay, because you are at that moment in time going to do something magnificent, something magical when it comes to yourself. Indeed, it is not going to be obvious as of yet, but only 1 week later, you will be able to move on. You know, and with something you could not even like kind of think about, let alone like moving away from, literally. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. I love you. Bye.